And I know we. And yes, yes, people, Wagwan. This is
Evening,
another
sir.
one of those stateside red shows. Hey, that is my guy, Ronaldo and Casey. And this is those casual reds. And let me get the sponsors out the way. First of all, we're brought to you by Red Devil Threads. You know, I don't have no merch on today, but I got enough. I got enough stickers on the refrigerator. Um, Venezuelans, you know what I'm saying? Magnets, things. But anyway, they have it all. I got my towel that I use. Let me get my towel. Oh, they don't even think this is real. Watch this. Where's the towel? This is bad. Where's my towel? Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Don't
Hold on,
forget
hold
to
on,
bring
hold
it
on, hold
out.
on, hold on. See what I'm saying? We seen it all.
What's
This
up?
is a
Oh, I
red
got,
devil thread towel. You know what I'm
I got.
saying? My favorite towel. You know what's good about this towel? Nobody's gonna touch it because they're gonna know it's your towel in the house. So if you see the next man or woman wearing your towel, you'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Where you going? This is my towel. Red Devil Threads. Make sure you use the Stateside Reds code and get that 10% off. Red Devil Threads. And our next sponsor is Baloran, Manuki, and Shagidian. Their mission is to provide affordable, accessible legal services to the clients while maintaining the highest standards in professionalism and ethics. Their mission is to also provide exceptional legal service tailored to meet unique needs. They are dedicated to guiding you through the complex legal challenges with expertise and compassion. And I can tell you, when I'm talking about the word for compassion, this is real. They've helped my sister, my roommate, one of my gal. Everybody's been happy. Great service. They understand each client's needs, circumstances are unique. That's why they take the client-centered approach to each case, tailoring their services to meet clients' individual needs. Red Devil Threat, Balor Manukian and Shagidian, they're in the beautiful city of Encino, but they will deal with you no matter what state you're in. They're ready. They're beating this. They're beating the government. They've gotten a law change. I'm gonna find out what law that is. You can call them at 747-444-4444. Once again, 747-444-4444. You got Hike, Ashat, Vahe, Ani, David, Shushan, some of the best paralegals in the town. Um, they got investigators. They got everything to help you get through it. They speak three different languages, I believe four different languages. Baloran, Manukian, and Shagidian with a 97 success rate. You can't beat it. They sponsor the show. Check came in today. Beautiful things. Now we're going to talk about Manchester United. Like I said, that's Ronaldo. That's Brian. Gentlemen, tell me how we feeling. Tell me how are we feeling today. Go ahead, B. You seem like you're ready to go chat. Talk to us, B. How you feeling today?
Hot and
Well,
sweaty.
first of all, whoa, 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 whoa. First of all, we got to I'm sorry, B. I didn't mean to cut you off. We
You
got
good?
to how can you start this? Hearts and prayers goes out to everybody in Texas. It just seems like I don't want to do this. It seems like every week in the United States, and I know we have people watching this from all over. There's something to be. God, my eyes are getting teared up.
Come on.
Something in this country where we have to say hearts and prayers. But what's going on in Texas is crazy. We had a flood come through, and wipe out a community damn near. There's about over 100 lives that's lost, maybe like 30 missing. A lot of a camp, 28 children. Um,
Children.
it's a shame in today's time where we have GPS and we got weather tracking systems and we can see what's going on the moon. We can see what's going on with. We can have a Rosclot satellite find a quarter in a beach, but you trying to tell
Yep.
me we don't have the abilities to track weather?
We do.
Uh, we do.
The N
We
the
do.
NOAA got gutted by the federal government,
We know
which
that.
is
Speak on it.
the which is the early warning storm system, which unfortunately Texas, it was not. There's nobody there, so there was no early warning system in place so people could evacuate knowing the severity of the storm.
Yeah. I mean, when you have a weather department or a national weather service that employed 5,000 people and you reduce it to 600, it's not going to run the same. It's not going to run the same. So hearts go out to Texas. There's a lot of reds, big reds in Texas.
Lots of red.
I don't want to
Awesome,
make it
big
about
red
that,
town.
but yeah, there's an awesome. They support Manchester United heavy out there. There's a lot of beautiful Texans, and when you loss of life, God, when it comes to no life is worth a cutback. Don't you can't talk about you're saving or allegedly saving the country money and we lose lives like this. Some things you need to have. We need to know what's going on in the weather, especially with the ozone getting destroyed. We're going to have different weather. We're going to have climate that's crazy. I mean,
Mhm.
you in California, we go off this earthquake warning device that gives us about 2 or 3 seconds to warn. But I'm not giggling. I'm not saying it's funny, but it works. Tough times, man. And when you see loss of life like that, and
Yeah.
you see people walking around in 5 foot of water just trying to see if they can find a body in the water, and it's just tough times. So Texas, we feel you. We're with you. It's a
They,
shame.
they got like a year's worth of rain in 5 days.
Yeah, it went up
And
20
they get a
feet.
lot of rain.
Mm-hmm.
It was billions and billions of like the river went up like 30 feet in like 5 hours or something.
Yeah, so don't
Madness.
try and tell people that it couldn't have been it couldn't have been warned. You know what I'm saying?
If your national government isn't there to protect its people, then you have a national government that serves no purpose.
Speak on it, B. Speak on it.
I could expound, but I don't want to get too sidetracked and too.
Yeah, it's heavy, man. It's heavy because
Science is your friend. And there's a big contingent in our country that does not like science anymore. And science is your friend.
well, yeah, they don't believe in science. They don't believe in weather changes. I heard one man say, same man who runs the thing right now says, there's no such thing as climate change. It's just getting hotter and colder. That's just climate. No, brother. The ozone layer is getting destroyed. The solar ice caps, the polar ice caps is melting. So you're gonna have more floods. You're gonna have people.
Crazy
Listen,
weather.
this is the last story I'm gonna go on this. I used to surf. Black men can surf. Black men can swim. I used to go surfing at this place called San Clemente. No, San Nofre is by San Clemente.
San Onofre's nice.
It's nice, but do you know over the last 10 years, because of climate change, it's become a mating ground for great white sharks.
Mhm.
I used to be out there until the lifeguard told me, "Oh, this is where the great whites come to make now because they can't tell the difference between hot and cold water no more." So you see more shark attacks in areas where it's not prone to shark attacks, and there's also
100%.
old nuclear factory down here. But we can
Oh, the
talk about it
nuclear
tomorrow.
boobies.
Let's not get political. Let's not get political because we can do this all day. I think between the three of us, and
Mm.
Um,
That's
well,
another show.
Manchester United camp has started officially. Guys were on the grass today. Spirits of apparently. Oh, does anybody want to speak? I'm just gonna go into camp started. Spirits seem to be high. Lots of positivity we're hearing with reports. Someone said a cheeky thing today. There's a lot of positivity in the guys' camp because certain people aren't there. Let's go into it right now. What does that mean?
Rashford
Anybody?
seeing Cunha walk around with his ex-girlfriend, the number 10. That's like
Or
seeing the homie walk around with your old lady. You know what I mean?
um,
It's a weird camp. I hope it's all positive and stuff, but I think there's probably a little undercurrent there with some of the guys that
I
are.
don't know. Well, it's gonna be a useful camp, so you're gonna have a lot more energy. I think it would be positivity, meaning that guys probably are feeling there's a chance for me to because
100%.
State
eh,
claims. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
players
Nobody's
ain't
spot
dumb.
reserved.
Players ain't dumb, gentlemen. They know the club is broke. They know if anything, we might get realistically, and I know you guys don't want to hear it out there in the United world. We realistically might get two more signings in, and I know that sounds bare, lowballing, but you know, and Buma's going to cost us 65 once that gets done. So that and Buma and Cunha, what's that? 100 and damn near 130.
125, 127, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
A striker situation what we get into later. We haven't gotten that resolved, and we need to get resolved. So if you're a guy like Toby Collier, you got to be like, shit. I got to compete with Casemiro and
Okay.
Igarte, Kobe. I like my chances. I played in the Premier League already. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? I played already. I get it. And I'm out there looking like I can physically play with these guys. I'm just taller than all of them. So there's that type of positivity there.
Yeah.
Yo.
You look at a guy
Yep.
like Harry Amos, he should be like, well, shit, I'm competing against a dude who's younger than me or my age. There's opportunity there. So, yes, positivity for the players there. But I'm going to tell you guys, let's talk about how are we feeling as supporters. Yes, if I'm a player in Manchester United right now and I'm young, I'm positive because I'm looking at it like I'm going to stay with the first team. Supporters, we're coming off a team that just went 15th Ross Clark place in the Premier League, and we brought in one signing, and we have six out. Where's our positivity? Where is we
Um.
drawing?
Well, the hunger from the players that are here, especially your
Yeah,
youth. You figure we came 15th last year, so whose place is really safe? So I look at it that way. So a lot of the youth and the other guys looking to stay their claim, redeem themselves, this, that, and the other. And I know the one or two additions that came in already. Getting acquainted with the squad. We got Cunha in, who's our first buy. We got Diego Leon, a youth from Paraguay, who basically is said the same thing. He's like, I think I'm not coming here looking for a loan and stuff. I'm trying to
no, it's
ball out
there
in
to
the
kill us.
preseason. I'm trying to ball out in
I
the
love
preseason
Leon's
and
statement.
make the squad. Yeah. So I mean, if anybody else sees that and don't really wake up, I mean, I hope they get eaten up and they'll have to ride pine
Yeah,
or get sold eventually. Yep. So new beginnings. Hope the cream of the crop rises to the top, and hope we get some more buys in. I know it's going to be tough after we get Mbumo because we're going to have to sell, and those seals are going to be tough. But yeah, I feel good with the attack. If we get Cunha and Mbumo in before we go and talk, I feel very good, way better than last year. in
Yeah.
regards to the. I think we could probably improve the midfield or see how these guys come back this year looking. And I feel really good about the defense. And it's just about, I guess it's just about damage control when it comes to Onana, not exposing him as much. But
Yeah,
yeah,
take pressure off him.
yeah.
If he gets some goal
Um,
support, I think it'll be better. I mean, obviously, but yeah, that'll take the pressure off him right there.
if we looked at the team right now, gentlemen, and we said, looking at this team that's put together right now, the one position that could possibly improve is probably the midfield because Kobe is still not found himself. I don't want to say totally. I don't want to say Collier's unknown. I just think to me he looks the part. But when you have
I
maturity,
like Collier.
I like Collier. To me, when you have immaturity at some spots, it's you're gonna make a mistake or two. But to me, he looked like a kid that was kind of gathered and together. So I think so. I don't want to say it. This is gonna be a hot take. Midfield might be our surprise position next year. We need those now. Trust. But I think the one position that we feel that's going to get neglected or position on the team is the midfielders. And I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised. I think it's going to be youthful, but I think there's going to be more energy. Um, I like Collier. I really do. I really do.
Mhm.
And I like that Aaron is positive. He's going to get a full camp. Boy, he's going to get a full camp. So Ed's going to be ready. Oh, I can't see this comment. What is this comment saying right here?
How long till Luke Shaw gets injured? Place your
Who
bets.
said Who said that?
We gotta let him
DJ
play first before he gets injured.
How long did Luke Shaw get injured? That's a tough one to say.
Admittedly, he looks fit as fuck. I saw pictures
He
of him.
looks
Like,
great. He's been on heavy cardio in the offseason. He said he went heavy cardio. He said he didn't do a lot of weights. He said he went heavy cardio, wanted to be lean, he wanted to be fit. And that might be it. Because when Luke Shaw get thick and he looked too buff and chunky like me, um, seems to have injury problems. Luke Shaw needs to be leaner, thinner because remember
lean.
his injuries come from.
Yeah,
I just don't
broken
think it's
leg.
good for him to carry a lot of weight. So we can't answer that question. I wanted to say it like this: he's never gonna get hurt this season. But Mikey would kill me because we all would kill me. We all know Luke Shaw's gonna go. We can't answer that, but a healthy
It's hard.
Luke Shaw would be really welcome. I'll tell you that.
He's got the heart, but after that leg injury, I mean, and you can't blame Shaw for that. Like that was a horrendous injury. He's
God,
it is what it is now, and he's going to be injury prone. And I mean,
I'm sorry, I'm posting our show. A healthy Luke Shaw is brilliant.
he's great.
How old is he? How old is he? Is he in his 30s? He's in his 30s yet?
29, 31, something like that.
A
Luke
healthy
Shaw
Luke
is
Shaw is
29
very
years old.
welcome. How old?
He's 29. 29.
He's
29.
in his prime. He's in his prime. So, a healthy Luke Shaw is really it's a good player.
He's
Hold on.
30. He's 30. But 29, 30. Right there.
Somewhere around there.
But that's a tough question. Let's be positive, DJ. Is that DJ Copa?
DJ Ghost NBA.
Oh, we got a lot of DJs that come on this show.
Yeah.
We got a lot of selectors. Hold on.
Spin some tracks for us. Come up with a theme song.
The midfield could be a sleeper. I'm going to be ready. I said it. Okay. It's funny. I can read it. I can read it on my little phone, but I can't read things big. We're gonna be paused. That's a pause. I don't know if it's a pause. I just want to protect myself. We're
Boomboka.
gonna be positive for Luke Shaw though, but let's get back into it. You know, we the camp is we talked about the camp. It looks positive. You know, this camp would be better though. But let's talk about who's lingering around camp. I don't know you guys want to get to it, but it was reported that Marcus Rashford has returned to camp. Um, Apparently the rule is guys were told they have a later return date to sort out their situation. So they weren't actually told to stay away. They have a later return date. Marcus Rashford decided to come back. He's training at Harrington. He's fully allowed to use facilities because he's still on contract. Um, so he's there. He's seen a man wearing his number 10. That has to be a bit disheartening, but if you're Marcus Rashford, would you? I get it. You can trade anywhere you want in the world, anywhere. What is there a statement, guys, or you just think he's just like, I'm back home. I want to train. I just want to be here, or is this some sentimental thing? Do you think he's trying to show Amber something? You tell me because let's keep it 100.
He
Marcus
should
don't.
use it as motivation, and hopefully he takes it as motivation. You know what
His
I mean?
options ain't banging on B. He ain't got options really
No, it doesn't.
because
I think
I
he's
never
hedging his
trusted
bets.
Barker.
He's hedging his
You think
bets
it?
coming back. You know, he could have trained elsewhere. You know, it could have been Ibiza or something like that. You know, nice warm weather by a beach training. But
Yeah, where's
you know,
Garnacho training?
he came back. I don't know. Well, he's probably one of them that isn't coming back on time. They were all told they could come back late. You know, try to seal their deals. You know, on the outside before coming back to Carrington. But Rashford chose to come back home. I think he misses home a little bit. I think he wants to catch the manager's eye. It could be a little bit of bad mind from his part too. You know,
It it
flexing out.
it could
I can
be.
come
I
back here.
mean,
You can't stop me from coming back here.
what I
You can,
I
but
tripped
you
off the
can't
whole
train with the team
Rashford
though.
thing.
You know?
No, it's see one thing is it can't be an easy comeback. But one thing, let me go on this Rashford thing one more time. I think reality's of all people, I think reality's hitting Marcus the hardest right now.
Yeah.
Because out of that group of players, Marcus is our most decorated. He's our most successful player. I mean, by what has he got? He has 80 goals, 40 assists. He's on the very rare list. Um, I think one thing I can compare to Rashford and Garnacho is they both have their brothers representing them. Now, their brothers might be great agents. As far as I know, they only have one. The both brothers only have one client, and it's their brother. I'm just gonna say that Ganacho's agent is trash. He's Ganacho should be his own agent. But my thing is, I feel for Marcus. I feel he got bad information. I think sometimes when you have people in your corner who are not keeping it fully 100 with you, it can do more damage than good. And I think
Yep.
Marcus's
Bunch of
situation
yes men.
seems to be like that. You know what I'm
A
saying?
bunch of
Because
yes men.
guys, Marcus, it doesn't look like he had a plan. Now you're coming back in the media, guys. What did we just hear recently? I never asked to leave the team. What? You told Henry Winter, your guy,
During the season.
I I need a new challenge, and it's not here at Manchester United. So when I heard that, you heard that, and you heard that as people who probably like me who backed Marcus Rashford, when I heard that, I was like, I'm done. He broke my heart. He came out and
Mm.
said it. He needed a new challenge. I fully back Amron was saying, okay, so you need to go and figure that out.
I mean, it was on the heels of getting exiled from training because Amarin wasn't digging the way he was going about business. And
Yeah.
you
Well,
know, it was after that, admittedly. But we all heard about it because we all heard that he actually said it because we figured, he would buckle down and train for the new manager that just came in. We lost how many managers? How many managers has he seen come and go?
Marcus is a bud.
From Van Hal, who gave him the start, to all the way to Ollie and Ten Hag.
5 or 6.
All of them have gotten the blade, and he's remained. And you figured you've seen all that carnage, and you want to act up for the new coach when we're in our worst way probably since Fergie, and you double down on yourself and said, yeah, I think it might be time for a new challenge. So yeah,
It's very unprofessional. It's an
I
unprofessional way to look at
don't
it.
say it's unprofessional, but you
What
just
do you mean it's not
you just alienated
unprofessional?
your fans. I don't think
It's
it's unprofessional. I mean,
it's
well,
ego driven.
his
No, no, no,
behavior
no,
was
no, no, no.
unprofessional. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
for not
whole thing is
getting banned from
unprofessional.
training, but the comment itself. I mean, you got exiled from the team, so you're making that move. You seeing that piece. But I think it would the best move, especially if you claim to be a Man United guy. This is your club, this is your town, this is your city. Why don't you fight for it?
I think like
Yes.
Caden said, he got bad info, and people were telling, oh, like just throw out the signal that you want to leave, and all these clubs are going to come clamoring for you. And no, Barker's like, he's a good plan C, plan B, but yeah, I think he got brought down to earth a little bit.
It just seems like the whole thing was just. Listen, when we talked about, and I'm gonna switch subjects right here. When we talked about things we want to see improved about Ten Hag, and I think you guys talked about it in your show. My thing, I think we all pretty much agree. We want to see him handle situations, players, media better. And
Yeah,
I think with the market situation, I don't want to say it got handled bad, but he asked him to work hard, work harder. You're a leader on this team. You're the example.
Mhm.
Marcus, he was looking for Marcus to be the captain with Bruno, and he
yeah.
wasn't
Exactly.
getting it. And he wasn't getting it. You can't put the new coach in that type of situation. States I read says Rashford in and out. Let us know. Wow, that's a deep one. I hope you guys are well. Yeah, we well, man. We well here in the States. We here, we well. We're talking about United. Rashford in and out is a tricky one. Ask me that at the end of camp. Ask me that when we see our striker situation. I don't want to say it as an opportunist, but listen, if Marcus patched things up with the team, and I mean say stuff like come in front of the team and apologize for his behavior. There's ways back. Do you? Okay, let's ask this. Let me ask you this: if you see a way back from Marcus Rashford, or you think he's totally gone?
I think he can come
Hmm.
back.
Yeah, never say never.
He got a new boss, and his boss wants him to work different than the last boss. It's like you and me, any of us going to work. Oh, I got a new boss. Oh, this boss is a hard ass. Like my last boss was kind of chill and blah blah blah, but this boss is a hard ass. Well, if you want to hang on to the job, then you got to do what the new boss wants. Like
Yeah,
bottom
and
line, like
the new boss
anybody
wanted
in a
to
working situation, you either adjust or you leave.
yeah. He demanded him to change, and I wasn't forthcoming, and sent him out on a loan, and we're looking to sell him now because I guess he,
I don't
I
think he
guess he
needs
takes
to
it finite.
apologize to the whole team. I think he just needs to
Yes.
have a one-on-one, heart-to-heart with Amarim.
Well,
He doesn't need to apologize to the players, but him and Amarim need to go square things up. Are we going to do this or not? If we're not, then Marcus got to look at the consequences of Marcus is not taking you now. Like, what are we going to do with you?
Exactly.
DJ Ghost NBA says Marcus in reluctantly. Romper D London. Romper, you're becoming one of our top people. Rashford in the 7. He keeps banging that. He keeps banging that. DJ goes, NBA says Rashford,
7?
he wants to put Rashford in the number 7. Rashford with the 30 or to 27.
That's Mason Mount shirt, but okay.
Are we talking kits or are we talking playing position?
No, he's talking about the kids. He wants to put Marcus Rashford in the number 7.
Oh, Mount's not giving that up. I mean,
Uh,
make him
between
earn
Mount
it.
and Rashford.
I wouldn't give anybody a number until a few
Yeah,
weeks into training camp. And like,
Hey,
okay, you're getting this number, you're getting this number, you get this number.
hey, Ronaldo and Brian in our show, we said before we get to strikers, we said we need to after Mount put the number 7 kit aside for a little
yeah.
bit.
Put it on ice. I was listening
Put
here.
it on ice for a little bit. There's got to
Yeah.
be a criteria to wearing the 7. And it has
100%.
to be. It's got to be. First, we were like, you got to be an international for your. You got to be an international for your country.
Yeah,
Um,
agreed.
you
I wouldn't
have
Gotta
to
give
be
be
anybody a
captain.
capable.
number. I wouldn't give anybody a starting number till second season with the
Well,
club. Even
no, you
even
can't do that.
Cunha, I wouldn't
No,
have taken the 10. I honestly wouldn't have taken the 10 from Rashford and just say, okay, the 10's up for grabs. Let them get to preseason and then sort that preseason sorts it out.
I mean,
you
one
know it's
school of thought
funny.
would be Rashford abandoned the 10. How about that?
Yeah, that's how
That
I look
that
at it.
that that's not a wrong viewpoint.
That's how I look at it personally. He abandoned it. When you needed a new challenge, that new challenge is in a new number. You see what I'm saying? That
I mean,
challenge is a
contract.
new
Yeah,
kit number.
contract aside, you wanted a new challenge, kid. So
Yeah.
I'm just
So
saying, like we gave Mason Mount the 7 when we signed him, and that was kind of
that's
weird.
we
more
gave it
10
to
out of
Alexis
bad.
Sanchez. Um, the 10 has been 7's been abused.
7 is not a
So
lucky number.
and the thing is, it's so many icons around this number. DJ Ghost Mobile says, I agree, should be requirements for the 7. I think we're all getting on the same wavelength on that. And it should be a player who's already played in the first team for Manchester United. I don't want no new man coming in with the 10, with the 7. I don't want you. I know that's tough. You can sign an Mbappe or something. Just saying, everybody chill out. Don't kill me. But you can be sign somebody on that level. Like, what if we
Yeah,
signed
something like that.
in 2 years? We signed like, nah, we won't sign him. I'm gonna say the kid from Barca, and he said he wants
Lamar.
the 7. I'd be
Yeah,
like, nah, you
well,
gotta chill, homie. There's some guys already
you got
been
it.
here. You gotta chill,
Earn
homie. We
it,
got some guys. You gotta earn it. We can't
earn
even
it.
get it. We can't commit to that yet. Because
Show up to
one thing we
training and
know,
show
this
it.
is the last thing we're gonna say about this subject. One thing we all know, that Manchester United kit is more pressure. It's heavier than any other kit out there in the world. So when you put certain people in that kit, they don't perform. I agree. It should be requirements. Brian Harkin says maybe just be fit. Just be. What said? Maybe just be fit for the 7. Is that what he said?
I think so.
Yeah, maybe
It's
just be
small.
fit. Yeah, maybe just be fit for the 7.
What that mean? Brian, what does that
Be
mean?
able, be
That's
able to
Mason Mount being
walk out,
injured.
be able to train, be able to play,
Oh, I
not
see
be
what
That's
you're
injured.
Mason
saying.
Mount being hurt all the time.
Hey, Mason Mount finished the last 2 months healthy. Okay, that don't mean
That's
shit, right?
that's 2 out of
Everybody's like,
12.
everybody
You know
said,
what I mean?
and
Like,
everybody said, and let's go into the next topic. Strikers. It's been up there. Wow. Strikers, strikers, strikers. First of all, we all woke up to madness. We woke up to hearing names like Vardy, We heard Calvert Lewin a couple days ago.
Callum Wilson.
Callum Wilson. And I heard some YouTubers have the nerve to say, what's wrong with Callum Wilson? He's a good player. And there's obviously opposite fans, not United fans. What's wrong with Calvert Lewin? He's a good solid player. And there, you know what all their arguments
Lewin.
was, Jim? You know what all their arguments was? He's better than who? They're better than who?
Rasmus.
Now,
Obi's better than Rasmus.
Obi's shown to be better than Rasmus, but
Obi's better than Rasmus.
you know, I
I'm
want
gonna
to say
say it now.
Obi is
Obi's
still
raw.
not mature enough, but
He's
every
a
game we've seen Obi play, right? We said,
Obi
damn,
tears
Rasmus
it
can't even
up.
do that.
Obi tears it up. I don't want to do the same thing we did to Rasmus to Obi. That's my thing. Like, all right, dude, you're the number 9. Here you go. Get out there and do it. And then, our fan base, the striker's not scoring. Fuck this guy. Get him out. Like, I don't want to go through the same toxic cycles with 18,
Let-
17, 18, 20-year-olds. These are kids. You know what I mean?
We went from the lap to Bucharest.
This is United. This is just so United. Ollie Watkins to now we're at that
Well, we
Everton
kind of
kid.
tinkered with Osherman, but okay. Let me ask you this question: how is Galatasaray able to afford him, but we can't?
He's 55. They're like offering 55, and like Napoli's cool with it. From the last I heard, I'm like 55. I'd get him. I'd either get him or Mbumo. I'd be like, Brentford, here's the
Yeah, but the
deal.
weekly
No,
wages is still gonna be
bam.
what?
Get Osman. If Mbumo's not coming, we have Ahmad. We got guys that we can do on the right. Nacho's not leaving, or at least not right now. We could make it happen.
I agree with something Ronaldo said yesterday. I would pay for Victor Osimhen.
55 and 55, 60 all day.
No, it's going to
I'm
cost
talking about the
75.
weekly wages.
It's going to cost 75 to get Osimhen, and then it's going to be wages.
What's he looking for weekly?
You think
About 300.
300 plus? He's talking
Bruno money.
Galatasaray might give him that.
Let me ask you this: would you sign Victor Osimhen if it meant not signing Mbumo?
I would, 100%, all day.
Because we have Ahmad, I'll lean to it.
All day. We've got people. You got Rashi's not going nowhere. You got Nacho, who at the moment ain't going nowhere. You got Mount.
You got Stone.
Okay,
that's
so
a Stone Cold killer,
Brian,
man.
you're going crazy. Brian, you're going crazy.
That's a
You're going
Stone Cold
crazy.
killer we would get up front.
You're going crazy, B. I love you, but you're going.
I would. If we don't get Mbumo, I would go hard on Osman. If we don't get Mbumo, I would go hard on.
And you know what? I give Osimhen the shirt. I'll give him the number 7.
Hey, yo.
Ross Claude, here we go. Here we go.
Oh my!
We forget all our standards. We forget everything. But you know what?
Osimhen's a killer. Osimhen's a killer. It is what it is.
He scores goals. Him and Cunha and Ahmad.
Scores goals.
Him and Cunha and Ahmad would be solid.
That's problems.
Yeah,
that would be
Rasmus.
solid.
At least 6 clicks.
Let Osman teach Rasmus the ways. Show him the ways of the force, and
Obi,
I mean,
dude, Osman would be great for Rasmus and Obi. If we don't get Mbumo, I would go balls out on Osman. Me personally.
Bruh, sound effects. What is it saying? We need sound effects?
He loves him. Ronaldo's got that. He had that little kind of horror suspense thing going on. That Vincent Price sound.
Oh, did you? Bro, I'm deaf, I'm blind, deaf, old. But you know what? Give me 2 Guinness is better than Viagra. I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, that's not
What's
we're
up, my
going
boy?
on.
Boy, that's it. Guinness and
We'll
a
talk
split.
about that on Sunday.
You know.
I would definitely risk Mbumo if it meant we're gonna get Oshman. I would because
Mhm.
that's the best striker in the world available.
Yep.
That's a coup.
That's
If
light years
teams
better
see
than
us
where
If we
we're
want
at.
to be anybody, we gotta
we'll lick
invest,
people.
and that's
Just
that's the
just just
position
the
to invest in.
just the fact that you're knowing you're going against Cunha and Osman, defenses are going to be shook. They're going to be like, all right, we got to be on up.
Mm-hmm.
And you know all that's going to do? Open up the game for Ahmad,
Ahmad,
open up the game for Bruno, um, take
Yep.
pressure off the midfield so Kobe be able to
yeah,
because God teams was treating us like, no, do what you want, do what you want. They ain't
yeah, we
scoring.
wait for you.
They're not scoring. They're not gonna score. Rasmus is not gonna score.
We just passing sideline to sideline until we lose it.
Well, that's crucial. We need to start putting that Mikey, we need to start putting that on social media. Would you take Osherman if it meant losing Mbumo? We need to start
Thousand
polling.
percent.
Oh yeah, all day. All day.
All,
But
all day.
Chime in the comments.
We
Chime in
have
the
to
comments.
sign one of those two guys. I
we
mean, we
need to
don't
reel
have
it
to,
back
but
in. We need to let's get back to reality. Ollie Watkins is our best thing right now. I think what they want for him is what? 50?
that's
They can't ask for
expensive.
50?
We give
they can't
the
ask for more than
Osmonds
50.
like 60, 70.
Oh,
No.
another name came up. Moises Keane.
I'm not keen on Keen. I'll put it that
The
way.
Florentina guy?
Yeah,
It's Florentina, right?
he's traveled. Let's go into Moises Keane. So he came on
David De
hot as a
Gea.
19. He came on hot as a 19-year-old, and then Everton signed him. It was kind of mid. He was kind of mid. He went to PSG. People said he did decent. He had 13 goals. He went to Juventus, didn't do a thing. Now he's at the Florentina with David. So really, he's only had one good year, and they want
That's
45 M to 50 M's for him.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
I'm
risk
Rasmus
not
thing, isn't it?
2.0.
not
It's
with that.
another risk.
That's
Big
like
risk.
another Rasmus signing. Hell no.
It's another risk. I hate to say it. I warmed up to Ollie Watkins. I just think for the price. Now we need to talk for the price. I think yes, he's in his what 29. But if you
Yeah,
figure if we can get 2 decent good years out of him, it's a good investment because by that time we should be back in the Champions League runnings. We should be back in making earnings, making money. Books should be better, and then we can come bring in another big. Or Obi might be ready. Obi might be ready in 2 years.
I think Obi will definitely be first team in 2 years. Easy. Easy. Unless barring any weird,
It says
injuries
our
or
stream
whatever.
yard's not working. What that mean? It's working on everything I'm looking at.
YouTube link is up. Let me check.
I don't know everything. I'm on YouTube on my work thing, and it works fine. I don't know, B. Brian, you might want to check your thing. Okay, get the StreamYard sign in the page. Okay, I'll get. Uh, so we're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
The thing is, well, in Boomer, it's weird because it's like I'm starting to hear people say, like in our chat, B was like, and I know what you meant, B. If we look weak if we give Brentford what they want for Mbumo, and but we have to. We're haggling over 5 mil, and
Well,
then
that was where we fucked up. We should just given what they asked
60.
for. and then deal with it. And like, oh, well, now you raise the price. Fuck you guys, we're out. But
Ronaldo
well,
said it best. If we would have came in with 60 up front,
yeah,
A
I think
month
that
ago.
it would have been. But we allowed things to marinate. We allowed other players to get
Matriculate.
involved,
Hmm.
you know, and it's messed up the whole situation. So the striker situation looks bleak. We'll get into Mbumo and signings and all that stuff. The striker situation looks tough because a lot of things need to happen. We need to get Mbumo done, and by all accounts, it seems like that's the number one target. That the club seems like they're going to fight to get it done, but I don't want to hear things about no Vardy. I mean, if we
I
go,
mentioned Vardy a few months ago. I was like, watch, dude, we're gonna get Vardy. Like, he's on
you
a
did
free.
well. If we got Watkins and Vardy, I'm calm
Shit.
because I'd rather have who would you, okay. Let's have a joke thing right here. Say we signed Ollie Watkins. Who would you rather have as the backup striker, Vardy or Calvert Lewin?
Vardy.
Obi.
Calvert Lewin misses like 15 weeks a year for the last 4 years, man.
Calvin Lewin sucks. That
That's like
guy's.
that's like
I,
another
I
amount
don't
a
want
year.
us to sign a striker just to say, hey, we signed a striker. Like, sign somebody that's gonna do something. Lewin sucks. I'm not backing that guy.
Um, what's the guy
Not
who used to
too much.
coach for Tottenham and then he did this dance against us when he thought they beat us?
Oh, it
What was
wasn't
his name
Tottenham,
again?
it was Palace. Alan Tardew. Alan
Okay,
Tardew.
he said on their day, there's no Calvert Lewin is there's no difference between Calvert Lewin and Victor Gyökeres on their day. What is he talking about?
And then he at the end he said that the only difference is Calvert Lewin has fewer days. Yeah, that's the
Oh, that's what
problem.
he said.
Shit,
Yeah,
if you're not healthy to play, what's the point?
Yeah, so don't even chat that argument. If there's fewer days, don't even chat that argument. Let
But
it go.
even
yeah,
so, still, it was a kind of wild thing to say.
Brian Harkins saying something, but I can't read the damn thing.
Hey, funny thing. Shout out to our producer. So, we used to do
Comment in all caps.
on a different podcast I did. We used to do a thing. Um, take a shot. Whenever I do a shot, people had to drink. It was a drinking game. But he says, take a shot for every time Casey butchers someone's name. That's class.
You
I
don't want
like
me.
that
You
game.
don't want me drinking liquor.
I like
No,
that game.
that's
Salute
a
to our
bad.
producer Mikey. Producer Mikey, I love it. I
That's a
love that
bad
game.
time.
I'll set y'all up. I'll destroy my own name. I'll have y'all so lit up in here. Striking situation, though, guys, is going to be interesting. It's going to be. I feel like this is going to be a end of camp ordeal.
Yeah, it's gonna be a late
Like
August thing.
it's going to be a late August thing, and that's going to be scary because that means we're going to start a game. Our starting game against Arsenal is going to be Rasmus and or probably
Yikes!
Zersky. Probably Zersky.
Feeling the
What's our
guy is
next topic? What you got there for us, co-producer? What's our next topic? I like what we're doing
Let's
here.
see what we got. The transfer business that's the other transfer business
Yeah.
that's bubbling
Okay.
that could affect things. We talk about we're worried about the Italian sources because it's all the Italian sources except Fabrizio mentioning that the Sancho to Juve deal is accelerating and close to a deal, and there might be a big summit next week to finalize everything.
Fuck,
As
that would be
encouraging
so
that
great.
sounds, and as gassed up as I want to get on that news, a little timid, but to hang on to it. But and getting Sancho out the door, getting his salary out the door, definitely a big deal.
That'd be huge.
Well, yeah, getting Sancho out the door, but we got some other good news. Like Elanga went for 55. Alvaro Carreras, or what I used
Yep.
to call him, Alvaro Fernandez,
Mm-hmm.
They're going to close the deal with Real Madrid. What a huge mistake.
Next week.
I cannot believe
Eric Ten Hag.
Eric Ten Hag decided not to bring him back. But
Horrible.
fair
Horrible
play to him,
decision.
though. He said the training staff told him that
Went and
Malacia is
got
going to be healthy
Malacia.
and Luke Shaw is going to be healthy.
Not do it anymore.
And all he doing is ended up at Real Madrid. But
We're
between
broke,
those two
Brian.
guys, what does Brian say? United are using Mbumo deal as a excuse to do to do number business. This is the
Not
deal
do any more business.
not doing any more business. This is the deal we're focusing on.
And Boomer before we can do any other business. Yep.
Yeah, I hear what he's saying, and it seems like we can't multitask. Good. I mean, multitask.
We ain't got deep enough pockets to do that anymore.
We don't have the
Even when
cash.
What?
even when we did, it didn't feel like
See,
we did. Even when we had
trying to
money,
get
it
it.
felt like we couldn't do that. That's
We're
the
trying to
funny
get it one signing at 60, maybe 70, and then we're tapped until we offboard people.
it's
And
almost like we want us to behave like we know we're gonna sell players. Like, all right, we know we're gonna sell. We know we're getting money from Alvaro. We're getting money from Elanga. We know
that's
Sancho's
like
gonna
3 to 6,
go.
though, here and there. That's a little like nickels, quarters, and dimes.
Yeah,
If
but
you're
if
talking
if you
about signing people at 60, well, here's 3, here's 5, here's 6. Like, well, that's
well,
great, but it don't get
actually, it's
us
more
there.
like 8 and 7. So for example, we're gonna make I think 8 on Elanga and 7 on Alvaro. I might get them in reverse. Take 5 out of one of them and get that into the Mbumo deal. Get that done now.
Yeah.
You know those deals are done. You know what I'm saying? You know Elanga's done. Take 5 out of that now. Get that Mbumo done now, right now. Then you gotta be like, all right, so Mbumo is done. We're gonna get 7.5 from Alvaro. Celtic is coming in saying that they'll pay 3 for Malacia.
Sold.
So um the young kid Max, what's his last name? Max
Oh, Max. Yeah.
who am I talking? You know what I'm talking about? Max
I know.
Elsadale.
Obadale or
Yeah,
something.
so his
We
deals.
have 50% on that. 50% sell on that for that.
So you
I
figure
think.
now. So
Oyedele.
okay, so what we got at
Oyedele.
so Alvaro take 5 from Alanga. That's you got 3. Alvaro, you got 7, so that's 10. Possibly sell Malacia for 3, so that's 13. And then the young youth max is supposed to be 2.5. So you're looking at 15.5 mil. You multiply that by a 4-year contract. You got your Watkins money. If you can convince them, Matt. Thank you, producer Mikey. Max. Oh
Obadale.
yeah, Odele. You break that into a 4-year contract. Now you got your Watkins money because you figure you'd be like, okay, here's the first few years of his contract. Boom, get him in. So that's what we don't like about our club. We don't act like we know we're gonna get these deals done. And he still got Ganacho in the wings.
Everybody
So
else knows we have to sell. So that we're at a disadvantage leverage wise because they're like, well, will you take this? No. Okay, fine. And then we're like, well, how about this? And we end up hitting these guys back, you know what I mean, towards the end of August. And we take 10, 15 mil off the price. And it's
see,
the usual United workover.
teams are not in any rush to help us out.
Fuck no.
Teams are hitting us with we
Absolutely.
need to see you sell these players first before we do this deal. We need to see
Yeah,
this capital. We need to see this liquid cash. You're chatting bullshit. It's a rough situation. It's a
100%.
rough situation. And that's what's troubling to us because, you know, and then you have your owner, Sir Jim, coming out and saying, yeah, we don't have PSR problem. We just don't have the cash. Well, you
I don't
really
know
just really
why
go
the
ahead.
fuck did he come out and say that? Hey, we're broke. We really got to sell dudes. So, like every other team, you just gave every other team the leverage. Well, we're going to give you this or we're walking away. Okay. Well, you can sit on these players and these wages and not sign anybody. And I don't, I understand him trying to say it for the fan base, but he's speaking to the whole planet. And
Um,
the other directors of football are like, oh, we're gonna work these fools and get this guy for about 10, 15, 20 under what they want because they're gonna be desperate to sell, which we are.
um, yeah, well, Brian says Manchester United themselves know that they are not going to get the deal done, and they and sell players. They can't know that. They can't know that. They can't know that. That's not the right attitude to have. Did I read that right? By the way, gentlemen, let me know. Anytime I want to take over reading, please do. Because like I said, I went to school in the
I'm
athletic
trying to read it
scholarship.
off my phone here.
I went to school in the athletic scholarship. Um, they didn't bring me to school to read.
Mikey's
Producer
100% on
Mikey's
this. 100%,
because the
Mikey.
world knows that we are broke, and they've known it for months
Forever.
now. Yeah,
Since the last month of the last season.
yeah, but you can still hold some cards up your sleeve and not reveal. It's like a poker player. Yeah, people could probably know like, oh, he got a bad hand, but you still got to be like, let me keep. I mean, listen. The world everybody can assume we're broke, but once your owner or your guy who's running comes out and says, "No, we're
Said you're
fully broke."
broke? Yeah, we're broke.
Yeah, then you know we're broke. You can play the game. You can be like, "Oh no, we got a little something. We got a little something." They still got that credit card. I heard they got 130 on the credit card that they haven't even touched yet. That's I mean
Um,
that's just gonna cause more debt.
max that
But
out. Awesome, man. Max it
oh,
out,
max
bro.
that shit. You feel me?
I'm with you,
I'll be on the
Ronaldo.
phone.
100%.
I'll be on
100%.
the phone with Austin and
Max.
man. We go listen, bro. We gonna swipe.
No, you
If
ain't
you
got to
got
swipe anymore. You ain't got to swipe
Embu-
it. You just tap. You just tap.
Embumo kits, Cunha kits, and Osman kits to sell,
Oh, you selling? You have Africa?
you're gonna come up, Man United. You're gonna come up if you got those
Boy,
names to sell on the back of a damn kit.
you have all of
We sell
Nigeria.
kits like no other already. Us and Real
You'll
kits all
become
day.
Nigeria's favorite team over Chelsea.
We will make money if we can put those three names on the back of a jersey.
Oh, but we will be hit up come AFCON. AFCON would be a madness.
Yeah.
I said we're not supposed to
That
talk about
side will be
AFCON until
decimated for AFCON.
we're not going to talk about AFCON until we know for sure who's on the team because I don't want to worry about things we don't need to worry about. That's crazy.
We're already getting hit by AFCON. Like we're gonna have Onana. We're gonna have who else?
Ahmad.
Cunha is Brazilian.
Ahmad.
We got a number of players that go away for AFCON already. From last year, we had 4 or 5.
Yeah, Mozzie will leave.
Mazraoui.
Mazi's gone. Onana's gone.
Ahmad.
Shit. Ahmad.
Ahmad.
That's it for now, I
Uh,
think.
I feel like I'm missing somebody.
There's somebody else. There's
No,
at
that's
least
it.
one
That's
other.
it. We want to
No, that's
put
Uh,
Mbumo in there, but we can't. What's Brian here saying? Maybe Jim wants United to tank. What is that? Read that for me. Tank.
maybe Jim wants United to tank. So the Glazers may think of walking away.
That'd
But
be a
we
ballsy
need
strategy.
relegation for the Glazers to walk away, like fully
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not leaving unless we
relegation.
get dropped. Yeah.
Right now, if the
Now with that
Glazers
new
are not
stadium,
leaving,
now with that new stadium coming,
thank
nope,
you,
don't wait it.
thank you,
No
Ronaldo,
wait it.
thank you. The
They're
Glazers are
like
going to hang
they're
around
like
for see the
burpees, my guy.
unveiling of the new stadium.
They're gonna be here.
We broke. Yeah, we broke. We broke bitches. We are some. We need to be doing. We need to go to OnlyFans and make some money. Did you hear about the? They turned down the deal with was it Amazon or Paramount to do the documentary, like behind the scenes Manchester. I'm so glad they didn't do that. I am
Oh,
so glad we didn't.
the Amazon all in, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm so
I
glad we
mean,
didn't.
it was just more fuel for the the ABC crowd,
But
the
yeah,
ABU crowd.
we need to be private. We need to be more private right now.
Tumultuous right now. We're trying to rebuild. Maybe next season. I don't know, but yeah, not this
Yeah,
one.
just right now we
We,
too delicate. It's
we
too
got leaks. Got
because
we got work to do.
you got to do
We
a
got a lot of focus right now. We
you
don't
got
need
to do a
cameras up on
bit
this.
on players like Ganacho because they still not gone. You know what I'm saying? So they might have a camera crew with Ganacho's family and him just chatting shit. I don't know, man. The coaches are like me, man. We don't need all that right now. We too sensitive.
Garnacho's brother needs to lose his IG access for Garnacho. That's the
It
best
says
thing that can happen right now.
Brian says we're trying to be an Italian team right now, pretending that we're broke when we're not. Did
Oh,
I
we
read that
broke.
right? We're
If you
trying to be an
did,
Italian
we're
team,
broke as fuck.
pretend that we're broke when we're not. I don't think we're pretending to be broke, but
We are.
because we depended on Italian teams to bail us out. DJ Copa Radio representing Boston, if I'm not mistaken. Where's the rest of the crew? DJ, you got Mikey doing the producing. It's summertime, man. We got to do things to get through. We got to trust. We gonna be here for you guys. Got to, it's vacations. Wives are not having it.
We got to pay them bills.
Some people got new jobs.
Work.
Family stuff.
We're still in summertime out here, and it's Cali. We got a lot of other shit to do. It's Cali. No, that's not funny, but
Sorry, Ronaldo.
You good?
yeah. What's the DJ Ghost NBA says we need that only
We are definitely broke.
fans. That's funny as hell. Oh
Definitely,
my
bro.
god!
Yeah.
Uh,
We got one
we
more 65, 60 to 70 signing, and that's it. Unless people leave.
yeah. Then shit's gonna be long. It's gonna be
That's
long
it.
summer then, because it's gonna be. Then we might have to deal with loans. I mean, we might have to do loan with options to buy and shit like that. Unless
You know they're going to
we
send them
get
back. You know they're going to send them back.
we need Anthony to get sold.
Yes.
That would be a helpful. I don't even know how Garnacho's gonna get sold. To who?
He's not. Rashi and Nacho are staying, in my eyes. I don't see those two leaving.
My thing with Garnacho too is if Gittins is going for 50 something, if Elanga is going for 55,
Yeah. Yes.
the start of their Garnacho, despite all the goals he's missed in front, all the flopping in front of goal, he still has like the most goals and assists for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah,
Not the most,
tremendous
like in the
upside.
top 3, and this is like compared to Desiree
He's worth
Doué and
60.
Lamine Yamal the last 2 seasons of like players under 21 years old. So I mean, the potential's there, the numbers are there. Like, why do we have to lowball Garnacho? But it's all about his attitude and his his application and the problems he wants to stir up. And it's Man United. people don't want to get that trouble, and people don't want to do us any favors.
Yeah, Ganacho, you said it. The application was disastrous. I think the thing that of all the things I heard him the most, when everything, he was away, and that picture you took with the Villa kit, it just seemed petty and like, okay, so you're already on the outs. So why you do this extra shit? So now teams are like, oh, you're a head case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should.
Okay.
I think
Yep.
that right there just was
Takes 10 mil
the
off.
straw that broke the. Yeah, it just messed him up. But the thing is, all he did was hurt himself with that.
Mm.
DJ Copa Radio says we are broke, man. Yeah, that's crazy.
And
We are
Bueno, then
definitely
we
broke. Okay, yeah.
and Bueno,
And
then we
Bumo, go
Then we
ahead.
scrape the
scrape the
rest.
rest. Then we scrape the rest. And Boomo, then we scrape the rest.
I mean,
I
that's
think
what it
that's gonna
is,
be it.
isn't it?
Can
I
we get
mean,
Watkins on a loan?
no.
Nah.
Villa needs money.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure Villa is that keen to sell Watkins. I think they might more look to
If I
sell
was Villa, I wouldn't sell him.
Martinez. They
But
might want to sell Martinez a little more
yeah,
than Watkins.
any
You know, they still
teams
have
have
Europa League.
been doing it.
Europa League is an avenue to get into the Champions League. And Villa might think they have a chance to win that, and keeping Watkins will definitely help. So they might.
Villa's
They
not
might
winning the Champions League.
Yeah, but keeping
we want to get
Watkins.
back in the Champions League, get that money. But
I mean, they
think
can
they
get
win
in
Europa
it.
League?
Yeah. But
You don't think they could win the Europa League?
Villa?
Nah,
Yeah.
No,
The end
I
of
don't
fuck
the
think
no.
he's.
season. You don't think they win
Fuck
Europa League?
no. Fuck no.
No,
I don't know, guys. They
no,
made the
because who's gonna be in
quarterfinals.
the Europa
They made the
League?
quarterfinals of the Champions League this year, guys.
Palace is gonna be in the Europa League, right?
Who?
Crystal Palace, because they won FA.
I think they have to sort out some ownership thing because he owns another club that's in the Europa League. The owner of
Is
Crystal
that
Palace.
right?
Oh yeah, Palace is like, yeah, they have another club in there, and something's got to happen, or I forget who gets their spot. But
Where's
gotta check it out,
Newcastle?
but
Are they in Europa?
they're in Champions League.
Oh, the Champions League. Ross Clot.
I think they have a better chance than you guys think, man.
Who? Villa?
Villa. Yep.
But their PSR sounds dire though. It sounds like they're in
I
some.
think it's like probably like maybe like 50 million in sales or less. I think it'll be fine. So all right.
Read
So
the
right now
comment.
there are 13 teams confirmed in Europa League right now. It's Aston Villa, Bologna,
Uh-huh.
Celta Vigo, Palace, Dinamo Zagreb, Freiburg from Germany, Go Ahead
they
Eagles
can win.
from Holland,
They can win that. They can win that.
Lille and Lyon from France, Porto, Real Betis, Roma, and Stuttgart. That's 13 teams so far, and the rest are going to be kind of guppy-ish from qualifications and everything.
I actually like Real Betis.
Especially if they get Anthony, right? They need to hurry up and get Anthony so they can win Europa.
the only way you can win Real Betis is if you sign Anthony. You heard it here, so sign him.
They're gonna sign him. They're gonna
Sign
sign
that
him.
fool.
They're gonna wait till September to sign him.
They're gonna wait. They're gonna wait
And
till
wait till
late.
January.
Because it's an easy re-sign because you know what? Anthony's already played in the system. He knows the system.
Yeah,
It's not like they got to retrain him.
Yeah,
Don't have to rush.
that should be a slam
They're playing
dunk.
broke too. They're playing broke just like us. So they're gonna win us out.
Read the comment. Brian says there. It says Italian teams.
Yeah, Italian teams have been doing it for years, getting players on the cheap, pretending that they are broke.
Oh yeah. Now
They're
that's a
Italian.
good comment.
They're not united. They ain't united, and we've been buying high and selling low for 10, 13 years.
Got DJ Copper here. It's actually a shame though. The kid Garnacho came in with great expectations. His attitude just let him down. Other from missing chances on the pitch, he works very hard. Yeah, it's a mental thing.
I love Garnacho.
Good comment, DJ. I love Garnacho too.
I love Garnacho. I love that picture when we won the FA Cup over City.
Yep.
It was Ahmad, Garnacho, um,
Hoyland, Ahmad,
Oilers.
Hoyland, Kobe.
Aminu.
I was like, this is it. This is it.
3 out of 4 ain't bad. 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Come seeing the kids all right. The kids are all right. In
I
shambles
got
now.
I got that Red Devil thread magnet on my dishwasher.
That's
Is
what's
Oh,
up.
do you? Dope.
them four posted up? Oh, hey,
I got the T-shirt. I remember
that's
the
sick.
first time I got that T-shirt, y'all. I wore to the pub. People was like, "Wicked, where you get that?" I said, Red Devil Threads.
Yep.
But once Ganache started bleaching this thing out too much, I was like, we might have to watch him. We might have to watch him. No, that's
Chlorine
great.
got to his brain.
It's the mafia in the Italians. Man, the Italian league, man. I hope Ganache figures it out. I really do. Because I would hate for him to come late August and he don't have a thing. And that could be a
You,
reality for him.
if you think it gets down to that, do you think Garnacho changes his tune and starts like, "Hey,
Dog, it's
Amarim,
so rough.
I'm not going anywhere, so like, I'd like to, prove myself."
Well, if I don't see Amron making it easy.
No,
What's that?
it's gonna
What's
be
the
a big
next
hill to
topic here?
climb.
I don't see
Core
Amron making it
squad.
easy.
No.
Core squad, which you should go easy.
All of them.
What's his Matato? What's his name?
Yep.
Matata,
Mm-hmm.
Um, Collier,
O-
Harry Amos,
Obi,
um,
Fredrickson.
Sekou
Fredrickson,
Kone.
Kune. We didn't say his name at all for the midfield. He could be a sleeper. I think he's still too.
He might need
He's
a
too
championship
manga.
loan.
He's too thin though.
Yeah, he gonna have to bulk up a little bit, get a little tough. I think championship ball season for him.
He needs a
I'll give you
championship to toughen him up.
Diego Leon is another one that could be a championship loan too. I think
Not
Hamas needs
according
that
to his
loan.
dad. Not according to his
Uh,
dad. His dad said, "Don't fuck with me, my son." What kind of gangster shit is that? Don't fuck with me, my son. Don't
don't
go
sully
out
my
and
family's
embarrassing the
name.
family.
Swapino, I hope you feel better, man. Swapino, you've been a big regular commenter, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's coming out of India. When he come out of India?
I hope that anemia gets resolved for you, my brother.
get well soon, swap no. Top
Yeah,
red.
get well soon, brother. In Jamaica, we tell you drink some ginger. No, I'm joking. What would my mom say? Yeah, man, Ganacho. I worry about his future, and if you keep it real, I know we're back on the youth, but let's get off Ganacho. We spoke about Ganacho. Ganacho said to dig his own grave. He put himself in this situation. Isn't his brother younger? I want to talk about Ganacho. Yeah, but this camp is going to be a youth-driven camp, which can be exciting. But we need more leadership. We need more veterans.
DJ Copa,
Cassie,
I'd take Barty.
what did
Out
you
of
say?
those three, he's at Barty, Valhalla,
Vlahovic.
Vaholicek, or the Everton reject. I'm taking Barty all day.
Well, Dusain his wages are a little too high. One thing you got to think
Wow.
about Dusain is next year he's going to be the highest paid player in Italy. His contract increases, so that's something to think about. That's why they're trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, they're trying to terminate his deal.
Yeah, because it's
Vaholicek or whatever. I can't
Vlahovic.
say I can't say the name.
yeah,
Vlahovic. Dusan Vlahovic.
Vlahovic. Next year,
Vaholicek.
his contract is going to be the biggest weekly wages in Italy. So that's why they're so quick to get rid of him. He's definitely a no go for us. Because if we're going to
It's
pay
just
him that, we might as well get Victor Osimhen.
100%. Get Barty on a free out of those. If we're gonna sign one of those three, I'd get Barty on
But
a
the
free.
question is, who would you choose? I take
I think
Vardy because Vardy,
all day.
I like that shithousery. I like that he's a son of a bitch. I like that he's going to be getting guys G'd up. I think
I
Vardy's
don't
gonna
know.
be a good locker room guy and just
I
getting
think he's a
guys to the
little washed.
Premier League. Huh?
I think he's a little washed. He can't come by himself. He can't be the.
Oh, he's
Oh yeah,
washed.
yeah, yeah.
He's
He is.
old.
We need
Yeah,
to
but
get
the
someone else.
question is, who would you choose out of those guys?
Out of
I
those three,
choose Vlahovic. Out of those guys, Vlahovic is 25 years old, 6 foot plus.
Okay, so
He's
if
Serbian.
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Out of those
Out of
guys,
those three, I'm taking Vlahovic, man.
but
I would
Vardy on a
too.
year-to-year contract would be a good mentor because Vardy's got that fighting skill in his head.
DJ Copa, no question. I'll take Duchesne out of that. No question at all.
These, these names are kicking my ass today, Mikey. Vlahovic, yeah. Sorry.
That's all right. That's what we got you here.
Got the
Um,
producer.
yeah, this tour squad is gonna be crazy. I
Send
mean, it's
all the
gonna
youth.
be.
Think,
I know
Shea
some
Lacey's
people are
getting
gonna
a lot
feel
of talk right now.
who.
Shea Lacey, one of our potential number 10s in the future.
Yeah,
He's
but he
getting a lot
stays hurt though.
of.
He stays hurt. He picks up
He's
big
back now.
injuries.
Hopefully he doesn't get hurt this year. I
He
like
picks up
the
big
little
injuries.
Russian kid,
You know who we
Amir
didn't chat about?
Ibrahimov.
Aiden Evans should step up this summer tour.
Eden Heaven's he's a squad member as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, he's not.
Evans
He's a
first
first teamer.
team.
I
He's
don't
He's
think
first
a
he's
team.
solid first team.
he's first team for me.
Honestly,
100%.
the one person, everybody I want to see really uh, elevate is Kobe.
Yeah, we need him.
Kobe. If Kobe finds
Get
himself
back
this
on track.
summer, we're
Get back on
back
track.
on track. Our midfield is back.
He just needs
You
some
know,
wheels.
because
Yep.
if Kobe struggles, you know what's gonna happen. He's gonna get sold. He's gonna get sold by Christmas.
Knock us
And
out of Europa in 2 years. Or UCL or something, yeah.
I
I
hate to
I think,
really
see
do.
Kobe go to like a fucking Ross Clot Chelsea.
Yep.
yeah.
You know they want him bad.
You know they want him.
Mhm.
Even if they don't need him, they're like, nah, get him.
Yep.
That'll piss them off.
Chelsea's like Pokemon collectors right now. They got 5 first squads. And 8 deep on goaltenders. Like, I don't know. I don't understand what Chelsea's think, but
What it says,
So
the Twitter X massive and follow us.
tap in and follow us. We're live on
Uh,
Twitter, guys. In case y'all forgot.
are we really?
We are live on Twitter.
I don't like that they
Live
call
on
it X though.
YouTube.
It's too loose. That's
Yeah,
too
fuck
loose for
that
me.
guy.
we get to see a lot of SpaceX rockets take off. And
My big problem, Kobe don't think he can't play in the two-man midfield. My problem is Kobe. I don't think he can play in the two-man midfield. Well,
Kobe bulked
Kobe
up too
had.
much.
I think he bulked up too much.
Let's let's wait and see. Let's wait and see,
Wait and
guys.
see. That's going
Let's
to be
wait and
my
see this
answer.
year.
Wait and see, because you remember you did with injuries. I think he put on too much body mass for this previous season,
Yeah.
and his body.
No,
Because
no,
every time,
he changed up why he got hurt. I think he was just run down from playing all those games his rookie year, and then going playing in the Euros, and he came back after that playing ball again, and it just piled up on him. It was
yeah,
probably too
true.
much too soon. At 18 years old, and while he was hurt and rehabbing, that's when he started putting on weight because he realized that if he's going to be in the engine room, it's going to need to be fitter
Oh,
and
he's getting
faster.
thrown around too. Yeah. There's a middle ground. Like, have a little something, but still be quick.
Um, Amron said and he said this toward the end of the season. Kobe's body went through a change, and he needs to learn how to play when his body's changing. He said what Kobe's going through is natural for every young player. He's getting mature. His physique is getting stronger. And he says we just have to be patient with Kobe. And I think that's the best thing I heard when he said about Kobe. His
100%.
body's changing. He's turning into a man, and he has to understand what his skills are. I think Amron really wants Kobe to work, and I think once you have your coach behind you like that, it's a lot easier. Amron's gonna figure him out. Amron's gonna figure it out. I got faith Amron's gonna figure it out. We
PJ
really like
Copas.
that Kone kid. Yeah, I like him
Oh,
too.
I love Kone. He's the future. I like Kone a
Every,
lot.
it's so funny. Every show we have people, and salute to it. Every show people are like, they don't want to talk about the two-man midfield. It hurts people that we're in a two-man midfield, and I get it. I'm not gonna lie, I love a three-man midfield. I think it balances out. It's good for spacing. The two-man midfield, you really need to be aware of your space. You really do, because you can either. I mean, you put yourself out of position. You push too far forward, it becomes a one-man midfield. You know what I'm saying? And you can get overran.
You're getting countered all day. Yeah.
So I get it. A lot of that's gonna be one thing in camp when Amron he's gonna have his whole camp to teach these guys his techniques, his rules. It's gotta look sharp. And Mikey said it yesterday. That Leeds game is gonna be so scrutinized. Oh, people gonna be watching Leeds with a microscope.
And it kind of
What's
sucks because it's like the first game of preseason. Like, why are we clocking it so hard? You know, but haters gonna hate. And
because we
potatoes
finished
gonna potato.
15th.
Yep.
That 15th in the
'Cause
season carry, it's over.
we drew with the Asian All-Star team.
Which was madness. Did we draw or we lost?
We lost. We won one and lost one. We lost the first.
Which was
Clown show.
madness.
Clown show.
He had Ahmad and Garnacho flipping off the fans, this, that, and the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys will clock the fuck out.
Dudes didn't want to be there. And
Yeah, I
we
mean,
run our players into the ground with these international tours or come over the US and blah blah blah. Like that's
That
great.
was a
But
whole-
like last year, Rasmus went down in LA against Arsenal. Casey, you saw that shit.
I was at that
And he
game.
was out for a while, and then people pick up knocks. Yeah, it's
Man,
just
I was so lit at that game. I had some girl I met. Turned out her man was sitting next to me. I didn't even know she had a man. She decided she wanted to go everywhere I was going. So me and her is going backstage. We going to VIP areas. We taking elevators. And I'm getting her number. We chilling. She from one of the Santa Barbara Reds. We come back to the LA area or our area, and she goes, "Babe, I was just with Casey." I said, "Wait a minute, you got a man?" And everybody was like looking at me like she was like, "Boy, you wicked." He just took this girl's man and was gone for hours.
she was just with Casey.
I still got her number too. She's the airline stewardess. A
You see the
healthy
Mac.
Mason Mount. A healthy Mason Mount will help the season. It better.
Yeah.
So would a healthy Luke Shaw.
Listen, if Mason Mount stays healthy the whole season, I expect him to have 8 goals, 10 assists. Is that fair?
That's fair. I don't know how many games he's gonna start. He probably get a lot of sub appearances too. But yeah, I think that's fair.
I would like that.
That'll be nice. Yeah, it'll be real nice. Sell Luke Shaw. I don't think anybody's buying Luke Shaw.
Who the fuck
Maybe
is
in
buying
January.
Luke Shaw?
Maybe in January. Let's hope he has a good, good
What
fall.
are you talking about? He's
stays
on
fit,
280 a
good.
week or some shit.
And
We
then
got
January,
we
the
got to
team
send
struggles,
X-rays of his fibula and tibula. Like, nah,
Yeah,
man.
he's gonna
Like,
have to have 2 physicals, second opinions.
Man's got to be $6 million man. We rebuilt him and made him stronger, like type of shit. You know what I mean? This isn't.
I
This
still
isn't
sell
that.
Mason Mount. Maybe if he stays healthy till January, I'll put some feelers out. Like anybody want to fuck with Mason Mount?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we'll finish some business up in January that we don't do this summer because we're not gonna have the money this summer. So we're gonna get one, maybe two more signings. Hopefully, a couple dudes leave, and we
Man,
can do some more biz in January. You know what I mean?
remember we used to think that there's a possibility to get like 4 to 5 signings.
I
No,
never
so
thought.
I think three would be good.
United, we've been through this. United, we're gonna be slow. We always have to sell. People know we have to sell, so they wait till the 11th hour. And
It says here Luke Shaw can stay out the physio room long enough to. Oh no, what?
I'm not seeing
Luke,
that
What's
one.
it?
Luke's,
On a
Luke's
Oh,
Shaw can
there
stay
it is.
out
on a
the physio
Friday to
room
pick up his.
long enough on a Friday to pick up his paycheck.
Yeah, it's
He's the
tough,
first
man.
one
Luke
in
Shaw.
line for the barbecue.
I feel bad for him because
Yeah, it sucks.
that injury was so horrific, and it's tough.
He's
But
lucky he's playing, to be
I
honest.
also didn't like, and I know we talk about it a lot. I also didn't like that he put so much focus into making the national team, and then you missed our whole season. I'm pretty sure he did not want it to happen like that, but it just comes off bad because
Lost one on
we
that.
we needed you. We needed you. And and
He got
remember
hurt at the Euros or whatever it was.
when he left for his Euros, Sir Jim said to him personally, and he said it on the video, "Don't go out there and get hurt, Luke." And what happened? So where we at? And this. I think we hit up a lot of topics. I wanted to talk about. There's another goalie named John Victor, the goalie from Brazil, but
We're
um,
not saying it. We'll be lucky if we get a 9. We don't need
but
to talk about.
we
We're
still
not
got
getting a
Bender.
keeper.
We still
We're
got
not getting
Bender
a
on the
keeper.
team, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
We're not getting a
Um,
keeper.
I think we're all gonna be waking up in the morning every day to see if we sign Mbumo. I think if once we do, it's gonna make a lot of people feel a little more comfortable at camp. We're trying to wait and see who's gonna leave. Um, we keep everybody out there. Keep your eye on Rashford, his situation, because if we start hearing that Rashford's integrated himself with the team, uh
Yeah, he's staying.
oh,
At that point.
I'm
He's clearing
good
if
with
that
it.
stuff
he's
now.
If we get a
you
positive
know,
Rashford, I'm good with it. Because Rashford's
hopefully Sancho gets rectified next week. We can all. I think we all agree that Anthony is going to be a late signing because there's really no rush because he's already played with the team to understand what his role is. It'd be beautiful to see Malacia go to Celtic. I don't know if that's something he wants to. It's a shame that PSG didn't really re-sign him,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm trying to find the positive lining here. Like just it's things. I'm trying to say, guys, things are not as bad as they are, but when you've only got one signing in. Your sales are poor. Your owner says like, "Nah, no, we're broke." It's a tough one. And your first preseason game is against one of your rivals, Leeds, and Leeds is going to treat it like it's an FA Cup final. And then the media is going to treat it like we're in the FA Cup final because we're gonna get it's going to be the most overhyped, over exaggerated react, win or lose. Because if we win 3-1, United fans are going to go into madness. Or I don't
yeah.
actually think we will go to madness. We're just gonna say Leeds is shit.
No,
But
some fans are going to madness.
it's a no-win situation for us because say if we win 3-1, I'm gonna still be skeptical. Like I'm dissing like us only leads. But if we lose to Leeds, it's a madness. It's officially hammering out time.
No,
People gonna be out there hammering out shit. Watch. You
well,
watch.
people will be overreactive, but our first 2, 3 playoff or preseason games, I don't give a shit about the score, to be honest. I just want to see players develop, players show, and start to see the formation of a starting 11. That's what I want. I want a
Yeah,
clear
and
cut. This is our starting 11. This guy is good off the bench, but these guys are this is our starting 11. That's all
Brian
we need.
said.
We don't need to win. I don't give a shit if we lose every preseason game. As long as Amarim gets the team dialed, like this guy's here, this guy's here, this guy's here, then we'll be
And
fine. We'll be fine.
DJ Copa Radio says after Mbumo, I would take a striker and a midfielder, and I would be satisfied. I would be too. Brian says John Victor is 8 million euros. I mean 8 million pounds. Apparently, yeah, I saw that too. But we still have being there on the roster, so I don't know how that worked. We're gonna have, and we re-signed Heaton,
And we're
so
not getting goalies. Not.
I think goalie's gonna be like.
It's Heaton and Onana.
I don't
That's
think
your
we're gonna get
goalies
any
for this year.
goalies.
Fuck no.
Don't forget we finished 15th last season. I can never forget that, and I don't think any of us can forget that. If we're serious, we go get Javi Guerrero from Valencia. If we're serious, we're gonna get Victor Osimhen. If we're serious, we go. Listen. There's 130 or 40 on the credit card.
We're
If we're
racking up
serious,
injuries.
we'll
Racking
burn
up
that shit out
massive
right now.
injuries.
We'll see. Anything else you guys want to touch on?
I just want to
No,
finish top half next year.
get
Oh,
him
let
Boomer in
me
the
ask you
building.
that. Right now, last
Top
question.
half.
What is a good finish for us next year?
Top half.
What's an acceptable finish for us next year?
Top half.
What's that? Top 10?
Top 10. I don't want to wait and see us do the top 10 and then see us on NBC Sports on Peacock coming from an American viewer. I don't
Man,
want to
top
see
10
that.
stinks.
Top 10 sucks, but you get Cunha, you get maybe Mbumo, maybe a striker, maybe none of them.
I
I'm
think,
going by we have Cunha. That's all we have right now. I'm going by with the squad we have. Top 10.
all right. That's fair.
Maybe a domestic cup.
Osterman is going to Galatasaray. Yes, it looks like that way. I'm just surprised that
I'm
they
surprised they
can
got that
afford
much
his weekly
cash.
wages. Sixth place finish in FA Cup. That's Europe. I mean, FA Cup gets you in Europe alone. So,
Galatasaray got more money than us. That's how broke we are.
all right, guys. Well, this has been a good one. Like I said, once again, we're going to give our prayers and support to and love to Texas. Things to look
Big
for
love,
this
Texas.
week. Let's hopefully this Mbumo deal gets over the line. Tired of hearing about it. It'd be nice if Sancho get done because that either free up some cash or give us some little cash. I my big worry out of this whole summer, I'm gonna keep you guys going. I shouldn't be a big worry, but I don't know what Ganacho is gonna do. I really don't know.
He's staying. I don't see him leaving. Maybe in January.
Any last words from either one of you guys?
All right, man. Just get him Boomo. God damn it.
All right. This has been
You ever
another
get
one of
off the
those
pot?
Casual Red shows where, we represent Stateside Reds. Remember, we're sponsored by Red Devil Threads. No matter where you're at in the world, use that Put in stateside Reds for Red Devil Threads, and you get that 10% off. And I'm gonna say, no matter where you're in the world, call up our lawyers, Baloran, Manuki, and Shagidi, and they'll make it happen at 747-444-4444. This has been the Casual Red Show. That's Ronaldo. That's Brian. I'm Casey. Thanks for joining us. Up the fucking Reds. Everybody have a good evening. We'll have something for you tomorrow. Peace.
Later.